Hello everybody. So I'm doing a few videos about tyres for Volvo XC60 because I got stuck the winter that's just been. So this is July. We're in July. The winter that's just been, I got stuck twice in sort of a flat field, almost a flat field, a bit of an incline, but it was muddy. Where I live, we go to different shows, country shows, motorbike shows, different things like this, and of course they're all, you know, in a farm setting or close to a farm, and overflow car parks is, you know, in a field. It's just, you know, that's how it works here. And of course, being in the UK, you leave the house in the morning and it's sunny. By the time you get to where you're going or get back to your car, there's probably floods happening, or the field is now a quagmire. So this is what's happening. So I've got the, you know, if you believe the marketing or the branding, that's if you believe the marketing or the branding, you have a Volvo XC60. XC means cross country. A massive badge on the back saying all-wheel drive. So surely no one's going to get embarrassed driving one of these about, is there? So of course, when you drive your XC60 all-wheel drive, as soon as you get onto some wet mud, the car stops. It doesn't go anywhere. And I tell a lie there. When I say it doesn't go anywhere, it will go sideways and it will go backwards, but it will definitely not go forwards. And this is with road tyres on. It didn't try, you know, it didn't try lowering the pressures or anything like that, because, you know, we're not off-roading. We're sitting in our nice leather seats. We've got an XC60 all-wheel drive. We want it to drive about, don't we? So what I've done is going to get some all-terrain tyres today, and when I'm looking at buying something, if I'm interested in it, I will do a lot of research, and we're talking obsessive amount of research. So we'll read all the reviews, watch all the videos, watch all the reviews on YouTube. All the reviews on YouTube are quite good place, isn't it, to look at the reviews, because you can look at people who like the product, people that don't like the product, people doing testing it against other products. You can see the manufacturer's adverts. And what I found is, if you're not sure which tyre to buy and you are obsessing, and this is for any vehicle, what I found the best thing for me to help me decide is, where I go walking is, you know, it's very touristy, and there is a road about 2 miles long, and everyone is parked there, bumper to bumper. So there's hundreds and hundreds of cars, and you can see the tyres. So every tyre you can find online, you know, BF Goodrich, General Grabber, Yokohama Geolanders, what's the Wrangler? Is it Goodyear Wrangler? Bridgestone do one, I can't remember what it's called. Is it Bridgestone Jeweler? Insa Turbo, Maxxis, those massive Maxxis tyres. I've seen them in person. I've seen them brand new with full tread. I've seen them worn down with not a lot of tread left. It's a fantastic way to fit into your product choosing thing, is you can actually see them. So of course, where the touristy areas, people have got them on 4x4s or on pickups or on, you know, Volkswagen campers or transporters. So I I thought, I'm not going for a full mud tyre because my car does spend most of its time on the road, as most cars do. So I'm not going for a full mud tyre. I thought I'd go for an all-terrain tyre. Now, the market leaders are BF Goodrich and General Grabber. Because I'm a little bit sceptical on how good any tyre is going to be on wet mud, I don't want to go buy the most expensive ones, end up with them not working, and then I've got a tyre that is slightly, not as good on tarmac. So I came down the price list. Then I thought Yokohama Geolanders, a very trusted make, Japanese. Anything Japanese is, absolute quality. I mean, the manufacturing ethos, just the general ethos in Japan, that the pride in your work or your product, whatever you're making, must be the best thing. And if anything is defective or not very good, it's almost like a shame on your family. So when I saw these Yokohama Geolanders, I thought, yes, that's the best one. It's in my price range, much cheaper than BF Goodrich, much cheaper than General Grabber, and it looked like that, that general all-round all-terrain tyre. And I was going to buy those, and I thought, really good, my search is over. But then I saw some on this walk that I do, where I see all the tyres in person, as it were. And the Yokohama Geolander, the G015, is just like a normal tyre. It looks just like a normal tyre. The edge of it, the edge of the tyre, the sidewall, where the tread goes to the sidewall, that outer edge, it is a little bit more blocky, maybe, than a road tyre. But overall, if you're walking past, you're not going to know it's an all-terrain tyre. You're just going to think it's a normal tyre. And, that doesn't fit what I'm trying to achieve. So, my review then went to, we are going to keep looking for something that looks like an all-terrain tyre. So, I'm walking up and down, and eventually, I saw the, what was it, the Goodyear Jeweler, I think it is. And then I looked at a few of them, and they are a little bit close to being a normal tyre, not as rough as I want it to be. And then I think very early on in my search, I had just thought, no, I'm not gonna. I saw the Davanti Terratouras, and I just thought, no, I won't need to go for a new make or a brand we don't know that much about, because there will be loads of other options of manufacturers that we've all heard about. So I ruled them out very early on in my search. But as time plays out, I don't even know if that's a saying, as time plays out, why have I said that? But anyway, I found that there isn't a lot of options beneath or cheaper than BF Goodrich and General Grabber. That is an all-terrain tyre that looks like it might help a bit in some mud. There really isn't much choice below General Grabber and BF Goodrich. So the only thing that is there at the price range with a rough looking tyre is the Davanti Terratoura. There isn't very much on YouTube about them. However, what is on there is quite interesting. They, as a brand or a new brand or a relaunching brand, I'm not too sure, they are going to all the Land Rover shows. So where Land Rover get together and all the enthusiasts and everything are there, Davanti are going there. They're sponsoring a lot of things. They've got a lot of Land Rovers covered in Davanti stickers. They've got a lot of Land Rovers with Davanti tyres on, doing the off-road courses, and they are sponsoring some, I think, is it an off-road recovery organisation or association? So they're making a real push to get into the Land Rover scene. I know I don't have a Land Rover. However, the Land Rover scene is quite interesting. Whereas they love their Land Rovers, they're fairly tolerant of the inherent limitations that a Land Rover will have. So, it might be a bit noisy or, a bit rusty. So we all know about Land Rovers. However, people that like their Land Rovers, whilst they are quite tolerant of the Land Rover itself, being characterful, shall we say, or having a few quirks, they are really interested in their accessories and their spare parts. And the accessory and spare parts availability and market and range available to Land Rovers has got to be, if not the biggest, equal biggest of any range of bits and bobs that are available to any vehicle. So if they are trying to get into that market, if Davanti are trying to get into that market, and I have seen a lot of Land Rovers with Davanti tyres, they've got a guy that is, I'm not sure what he is, he's some sort of like world off-road champion, helping them on board. They've paid him to come on to be marketing, but I'm fairly sure that people wouldn't do these things if it's going to embarrass them in the forum or in front of their friends or on the scene. They're not just going to take the money and flog like a really bad product. I think those days are over, aren't they, really? So it looks quite good, and the videos, there's not a lot of videos of Davanti Terratouras on YouTube, but the ones that are out there are quite black and white, really. The tyres are going through, wading, really steep mud, steep banks, steep mud, very fast travelling, putting a lot of strain on the tyres, and they're doing quite well. And I would be incredibly surprised if that is all just marketing and branding. I can't really see how it is. I mean, if that tyre is not very good off-road, or if it is unreliable, I would be extremely surprised. So it looks like I have found the tyre that's going to help me. It's in the price range that I want, which is cheap, and it's rougher than other all-terrain tyres, or tyres that are saying they're all-terrain. So the Yokohama Dualander, Goodyear Dualer, what else is there? There's loads of others, isn't there? So that sort of, is it a road tyre? Is it all-terrain? The Davanti Terratoura is definitely not a maybe. It is nowhere near like a road tyre. It is definitely an all-terrain tyre, like a General Grabber or like a BF Goodrich. So yeah, I'm going to get them today. One tyre place said, oh, on an XC60, they're going to be noisy. Well, the XC60 is the noisiest car I've ever had anyway. I mean, anyone that's got an XC60 knows how noisy the doors, the roof, the dashboard, the seats, the boot, every single thing. If you go over a bump or you move about in your car, I mean, it is the noisiest vehicle anyway. I've always got my radio on, or the girlfriend is always chewing my ear off, so noise from a tyre is not even a factor. They're not mud terrain tyres, so after I put them on, I'll do a video straight away just to talk about the noise. So I am going to do a separate review now of the tyres that are on my car when I bought it, so the ones that are coming off today. Truthful review, I don't even know what they are. I don't know what make the tyres are on my car. They're budget tyres. They were on it when I bought it, and they have done really well. So I thought, why am I going to do a review about brand new tyres that I don't really know much about, when I know a lot about the ones on my car, apart from their name? They've done really well. So I'm going to do a little review about them before they're taken off and put in the bin. And I'm also going to do a lot of reviews about the Davantis, because the areas where I got stuck with my road tyres, I can go back there and I'm going to find similar conditions, and we're going to see if those Davantis are any better. I'm prepared for them to not be any better at all, and I'm going to spend, what, 600 quid for 4 tyres fitted. I am prepared that 600 quid is going to be, well, I need 4 new tyres anyway, so I'm going to get 4 new tyres. Whether they are better than, whether they're going to work in the mud, I hope they are. I don't see why they won't be better in the mud, but I am prepared for them not to do anything, because slippery mud is just like grease. So yeah, I'm going to do quite a few videos on the Davanti Terratouras, because there isn't much on YouTube, and if they are good, it is worth shouting about, because they are much cheaper than General Grabber and BF Goodrich. So if they are reasonable on the road and they help in mud, then it is, I do need to do a lot of videos about Davanti, because if they do work, it is worth helping them in their quest. Right, that is enough of my rambling, and a lot of my videos are rambling like this, so if you don't mind listening to rambling, please have a look at my other things. Have a nice day.